Welcome to all of you in Sankalpa Education Pratham classes. I am Sachin Patel, delivered lecture on rotational dynamics. Right now we are going with the next point is a vehicle on banked road. We are now going with applications like a vehicle moves on a horizontal circular track, wall of death. Right now we are going with a vehicle on banked road. We know that the static friction between the tires and roads provides the centripetal force, but it is not constant and has upper limit. Thus, in real life, we should not depend on it because tires and roads, because lot of in place or in positions where friction force between tires and road is not provided same, because sometimes tires are wears and tears, tires are used very much, and therefore the studs of tires are completely lost and which are not gripping on the road, and therefore no centripetal force is provided or friction force is static friction provided constantly in road and tires, and therefore it has the upper limit, and it should in real life it should not depend on it, because it not gives particular level when we required the centripetal forces. Thus there will be a solution to that dependency. We will get the surface of curved road are tilted with horizontal. Thus in real life we does not depends on that friction force. We will get a solution to that friction force is surface of curved road are tilted with horizontal with some angle like a theta, and by using that angle you can provide a particular centripetal force, and which is safety for our vehicle moves on a curved road, and this is called as the banking of road, and r be the radius of that curved banked road and theta be the angle of banking. At that time there will be number of forces acting on the vehicle. First of all, we are going with a figure diagrammatical representation of that vehicle when moving on the circular banked road. At that time, let us consider it is a horizontal surface is here, and our road is tilted with that horizontal with some angle like that one, and it is nothing but a theta is here. Theta is the angle of banking, and our vehicle is moving in this way. When we are consider our vehicle is moving in this way, our tires are here, and tires are attached with that inclined surface of a road which is tilted with angle theta with a horizontal road. Now this is the center of mass of that vehicle. Then you will get the normal reaction, which is perpendicular to road surface, and it is nothing but like that one. This is the normal reaction, and this normal reaction is divided into two parts, which is perpendicular to the horizontal surface is here, perpendicular to the horizontal surface is here, and another one resolving part is towards the center of that curved path, and this normal reaction is divided into these two parts is nothing but n cos theta and n sin theta. This is the theta angle, and we know that the mass of weight of the vehicle acted vertically downward direction. Right now we in this case two forces acts on vehicle are, first is a weight mg vertically downward and Second one is a normal reaction. Normal reaction, N, which is perpendicular to the surface of road, which is resolved into two components as first one is n cos theta vertically upward and balances weight of vehicle. Therefore n cos theta, it is equal to mg. That is your equation 1. And second component or second resolved component of normal reaction is a n sin theta, which is acted towards center of curve and gives centripetal force. Therefore n sin theta, it is equal to mv square divided by r. This is equation second. From these two equations you will get the from equation 1 and 2 by dividing equation 2 by 1, we get tan theta is equal to v square divided by rg, and therefore first we get the most safe speed and that is nothing but r and theta are fixed. Then most safe speed is equal to Vs is equal to square root of Rg tan theta. Once again we are going with a vehicle on a banked road. Static friction provided between the tires and road, which are not provide the centripetal force, but it is not constant everywhere, and it has the some upper limit, and therefore in real life we should not depend on that friction force. Therefore you can has the solution to that friction force is a surface of curve road are tilted with the horizontal with some angle theta, and this is called as a banking of road. Let us consider r with the radius of that curved banked road and theta with the angle of banking. At that time there will be two forces acting on the vehicle in a banked condition. One is a normal reaction and another is a weight mg. Normal reaction is resolved into two components. One is n cos theta and another is n sin theta. N cos theta balances the weight of that vehicle. Therefore you will get the n cos theta is equal to mg. It is equation 1. And similarly, if n sin theta, it is acting toward the center and it gives the centripetal force, and therefore you will get the n sin theta is equal to mv square divided by r. It is equation 2. From this equation 1 and 2 you will get the tan theta is equal to tan theta is equal to v square divided by rg, and from this you will get the most effective speed related to that one is when r and theta is fixed is nothing but vs is equal to square root of rg tan theta. Right now here also you will get the difference considerations related to different considerations related to that one is nothing but a banked road. It is a second conditions related to that one. It is a second one is a banked road, banking angle. It is nothing but a theta, and it is given as by using we know that tan theta is equal to v square divided by rg, and it implies that theta is equal to tan inverse v square divided by rg, and third point is related to that one is speed limit. Vertical section of that vehicle on a rough road are if we take vertical section of vehicle if we take a vertical section of vehicle on a rough road of radius r, and angle of banking is theta. At that time Vs is equal to square root of rg tan theta. It is a exact speed on that road or banked road. You can say the banked road is here, but we know that no anyone driver can go with that conditions, and which is the speed limit related to that particular road. At that time there will be a number of cases where vehicles are skid out, and which is not good so for everyone. And for this purpose, another force which is first force is related to that one is weight mg, second one is a normal reaction, and one force which is always help us to get different speed, other speed than that exact speed, and that component is nothing but a static friction in between the tires and road. We know that no one can go with that exact speed on road. Thus, for other speed than that exact speed component of static friction help us up to certain limit, and due to that you will get the lower limit of speed and the upper limit of the speed. First of all, we have to going with the lower limit of the speed. Later to consider the point A is here, lower limit or it is what you can say, it is a lower speed limit. And in lower speed limit, we first of all draw the figure related to those components, where already we know that two forces are acting on the vehicle. First is a normal reaction and another one is a weight mg of that vehicle. Later to consider once again, here is a vehicle moving on the curved banked road with angle of banking theta is here, and tires are having the friction between the inclined surface of road. Here is the center of mass. At that time, normal reaction is once again perpendicular to the road surface, and it is resolved into two components. One component is perpendicular to the horizontal surface, and which balances the weight mg of that vehicle, and n cos theta is the component of that one, and one horizontal component acting toward the center is a n sin theta is here. It is from a center of mass. Right now we are going with the friction force which is acting along the inclined surface upward direction, and at that time we will get the speed limit related to that one. First of all, you have to consider friction force is acting in this direction, and it is Fs is here, and it is also resolved into two components, which are nothing but one component is like that one and another is here. This one component is Fs sin theta, and another is Fs cos theta. Fs cos theta is horizontal and opposite or acting away from the center of that circular path, and Fs sin theta is acting vertically upward direction. And by using these, you will get the considerations of lower speed limit is here, and therefore consider for speed v1. Here we will going with the lower speed limit, and therefore v1 is considered as less than rg tan theta. That means rg tan theta is exact speed on the exact speed. Vs is the exact speed, that means square root of rg tan theta, and our speed is less than that one. That means a lower speed limit of that vehicle, and therefore v1 is considered as less than square root of rg tan theta, and therefore you will get the v1 square divided by rg is less than n sin theta. At that time, the direction of static friction, now here Fs is along inclination, that is Fs is acting along the inclination in upward direction, it's first of all it's horizontal component is parallel and opposite to n sin theta, and therefore n sin theta is acting toward the center of that circle, and f cos theta is acting opposite to that, away from the center of circle, and therefore these two forces, that means n sin theta and f cos theta, are useful to balance the centripetal force acting towards the center, and therefore you will get the m v1 square divided by r is equal to n sin theta minus fs cos theta. This is equation 1 is here, and similarly we will get the n cos theta is acting vertically upward, and fs sin theta, it is also acting vertically upward. Therefore these two forces balances the weight of that vehicle, and therefore n cos theta and fs sin theta balances weight of vehicle. Therefore mg is equal to n cos theta plus fs sin theta, and this is equation 2. Here we'll take the minus sign because fs cos theta is acting away from the center of circle and n sin theta acting towards the center, and therefore these two are opposed to each other, and therefore we'll get the minus sign is here. And n cos theta, fs sin theta are both acting in upward direction and those are in the same direction, therefore you will take the consideration of these two as a plus sign is here. From these two equations you will get the minimum possible speed. Fs is minimum possible speed for minimum possible speed. Fs is maximum. And equal to mu s into n, and therefore v1 mean is equal to v mean. That means it is a minimum possible speed on that curve banked road is nothing but a square root of rg tan theta minus mu s divided by 1 plus mu s tan theta, and this is your minimum possible speed at that time. And if mu s is greater than tan theta, for this consideration, for mu s is greater than equal to tan theta, at that time v mean is equal to 0. At that time v mean is equal to 0. That means mu s is greater than equal to tan theta. At that time these two are tan theta minus tan theta is 0, and you will get the minimum possible speed is 0 on that particular surface. Now similarly you can go in with the second one is upper speed limit related to that one. Inside this, once again you have to consider the graphical representation or a diagrammatical consideration of three forces which is acting on the vehicle. First of all, we have to take this is the horizontal surface, and theta with the angle made by the angle of banking, and those are the inclined surfaces here. You will take the vehicle is moving on that curved road, and it is given like that one. Tires are here, and you will get the center of mass is here. Normal reaction is perpendicular to the surface of road, and which is divided into two parts. One is a n cos theta and another is a n sin theta. N cos theta is here and n sin theta is here, and this is your n, which is divided into two components, n cos theta and n sin theta. N cos theta, it is a balance is the weight mg. Right now more and more friction force is acting towards the center, and therefore friction force between the tires and road is acting in along inclination towards the center of that circle, and this fs is acting downward direction. Later to consider here, it is divided into two parts. One is fs cos theta and another is a fs sin theta. Right now here we will going with the consideration of for v2 which is greater than square root of rg tan theta. We know that square root of rg tan theta is a safe speed on the curved banked road, and which is nothing but a vs, and which is exact speed on the rough or banked road. And right now we are going with the upper speed limit of the vehicle, and therefore v2 is the upper speed limit which is greater than our square root of rg tan theta, and therefore you will get the m v2 square divided by r is also greater than n sin theta. At the time your friction force fs is along inclination and downward is there, downward. That means Fs is acting downward direction, and which is resolved into two components. One is a horizontal component, it is also acting towards the horizontal component acting towards center of curve and parallel to n sin theta, and therefore it balances centripetal force, and therefore you will get the mv2 square divided by r is equal to n sin theta plus fs cos theta, n sin theta plus fs cos theta. What is the mean? First of all, we have to think about the n sin theta, which is acting toward the center of the circle. Fs cos theta, it is also acting toward the center of circle. That means these two forces acting toward the center of circle, and therefore they are balances the centripetal force acting toward the center of the vehicle, and therefore mv2 square divided by r is equal to n sin theta plus fs cos theta. This is the equation 1. And similarly, in the figure we see that fs sin theta and mg acting downward direction, and n cos theta, it is acting upward direction. That means n cos theta only one force acting upward direction, and fs sin theta acting downward direction. That means along the mg, and therefore n cos theta minus f sin theta balances the weight of that vehicle. Therefore n cos theta and fs sin theta balances the weight of vehicle, and therefore you will get the mg is equal to n cos theta minus fs sin theta. Here negative sign indicates what? The two forces n cos theta and fs sin theta are opposite to each other, and therefore we will take the minus sign is here. From these two equations, from 1 and 2, we get as maximum for maximum possible speed, fs is maximum and equal to mu s into n, and therefore v2 becomes a maximum, or it is Vmax, which is a maximum speed or upper speed limit on the road, is nothing but a square root of rg tan theta plus mu s divided by 1 minus mu s into tan theta, If mu s is equal to cot theta, mu s becomes equal to cot theta, at that time maximum velocity becomes infinity, but mu s max is equal to 1, therefore theta is equal to 45 degree, and the Vmax becomes equal to infinity. For Vmax becomes equal to infinity, for mu s is equal to 0, we get once again exact speed as Vs is equal to square root of Rg tan theta. By using both equations like V1 min and Vmax also, we can going with the rewind it, and you are going with the V1 minimum speed, and V min is equal to Rg tan theta minus mu s divided by, and so on. So, and here mu s is equal to cot theta, that means here mu s is equal to cot theta, that means it is a 1 divided by, and the 1 divided by tan theta, which is opposite to that one, and you will get the here also by putting the 1 divided by tan theta 1 minus 1, that means it is 0, and denominator becomes 0, that means it becomes infinity, and therefore Vmax is equal to infinity when mu s is equal to cot theta, and mu s is equal to cot theta. At that time you will get the mu s maximum is equal to 1 at theta is equal to 45 degree, and at that time also Vmax is equal to infinity. For mu s is equal to 0, equation V2 max or V1 mean, once again I am coming again for that consideration, V2 max and V1 mean equation gives the same or exact speed as Vs is equal to square root of Rg tan theta. Thank you for that one. If you like that video, you can subscribe my channel, all is our way, and go thoroughly with each and every point related to your rotational dynamics. Thank you.